But first, we begin in Providence, Rhode Island, where police are urging the Brown University community to remain vigilant as they turn the shooting case back into a manhunt. Bryan Llenas joins us live with the very latest. Bryan.
Good morning. A stunning turn of events last night when Rhode Island's Attorney General Peter Nerona announced that they had detained the wrong guy, and the gunman that they're looking for is still on the loose. The man that is responsible for shooting and killing 2 students and wounding 9 others at the engineering and physics building behind me here on campus. Now, police are admitting that the person of interest that they have now released is not the person in this video, the video that's been seen all around the world, showing a person leaving the scene of the shooting on Saturday afternoon. The AG said while there was some evidence that justified detaining this person, recent evidence and lab testing from the scene is pointing them in a different direction. Providence's mayor, Brett Smiley, says even though the murderer is still on the loose, they are not reinstating a shelter-in-place order that was lifted just before 6 a.m. yesterday and are now instead increasing the police presence.
We will be releasing the person of interest who had been detained earlier today. We know that this is likely to cause fresh anxiety for our community. And we want to reiterate what we said earlier, which remains true, which is ever since the initial call, now a day and a half ago, we have not received any credible or specific threats to the Providence community.
Now, the chief of police here in Providence says a tip led them to the now released person of interest, reportedly a 24-year-old man from Wisconsin. The FBI helped locate him at a hotel 20 miles south of Brown University in Coventry, Rhode Island, where he was detained on Sunday morning. Investigators also admit this video of the person of interest is the best video they have of the potential gunman. They don't have video of the gunman's face. The AG says there was not a lot of cameras inside the engineering building where the shooting took place because it's an old building. Meanwhile, the community here holding a vigil for the 2 students killed and 9 others wounded in Saturday's shooting.
Alma mater, we really know what that means now, also being alumni. I had to write to my students this morning and said, just don't worry about these final papers. Let's take care of ourselves. Our community has been violated, and wishing that they can get home as soon as they can to be with their loved ones and to restore over the winter break. That's really the most important thing.
Police are now asking the public for help. If they have any videos or photos that could potentially show this suspect, to submit them at FBI.gov/Brown University shooting, or to call the tip line at 401-272-3121. Still a lot of unanswered questions here, like what evidence ended up leading them to exonerate this now released person of interest, and ultimately, what about the weapon used in this shooting? We know that there were more than 40 9mm bullets that were shot in the classroom in the building behind me. Guys.
Bryan, we played a soundbite earlier. We're going to play it for you now. There was a TA in this classroom, heard gunshots outside, and then the gunman walked in the back of the classroom. The TA was at the front of the classroom, just wrapping up the lecture, says it was that class should have been let out, but he was a little bit late wrapping up the lecture. And then the gunman walks in, and he locked eyes with the gunman. Listen to this.
He entered the room, and you could just see the panic in all the students' eyes. I was standing in the front, so as soon as he walked in, he immediately saw me and I immediately saw him. And then I look to my right and I see a bunch of students running down the stairs, running out the door, jumping on the ground, just whatever it takes to stay alive.
When you made eye contact with him, what did your mind tell you in terms of what was happening in that moment?
When I saw him, I saw a gun. The gun was so big and long that I genuinely thought, like, okay, this is the end of the road for me.
So it was a long gun, he said, because originally the first person of interest had like a Glock and some sort of a smaller gun. But he said that the girl next to him, Bryan, was shot twice, 2 times in the leg. She was having surgery. He did go visit her in the hospital. What do you also know about the 2 individuals that were killed? We know Ella Cook, who's 19 years old, from Mountain Brook, from Alabama. She was a bright light, her church congregation says. What about the other person who was killed?
Well, we know that there is a GoFundMe out there that was started for this second individual. I'm not ready yet to give out the name, but there is a roommate of that individual who described him as a freshman here at Brown University. So we also know that those that are recovering, I mean, thank you for playing that soundbite. That scene in that classroom, we know that it was stadium seating when that gunman walked in and started shooting and spraying around that classroom. There's 7 that are still at the Rhode Island hospital in stable but critical condition, and we have one other that's in critical condition, the other one discharged. But we're working to get and to confirm more of this information. You know, just yesterday they said they were still working on reaching out to contact the families of these victims. Just a horrible situation, Ainsley.
Bryan, I'm just curious, is there frustration right now within the community? Because you have a manhunt underway, and then they get ahead of their skis and say this is a person of interest. They even say that they have someone in custody, that they had to backtrack on that as well. Then they release the guy. The manhunt stops as a result of them having, at least announcing that they have someone in custody. So I'm just curious, the overall community, I know it's a tight community, how are they responding to the back and forth?
Well, you know, the biggest thing you can tell is when local media and national media are sitting in those press conferences, the questions that we're throwing at them are very poignant and definitely have a tone of frustration, because we have been asking since the very beginning for any kind of details. And, you know, I do a lot of reporting out of New York, and we're so used to how some other of them, you know, the major police in places like New York are so forthright with their information. And it just seemed like from the get-go, they just weren't willing to give us anything. Not an age, not a connection, nothing. And so that has been frustrating, and I think that's reflective in the questions that they're receiving from the local media here in the tight-knit Providence, guys.
Roger that. All right, Bryan, thanks so much.
Yeah, I mean, so what we're looking at now is how they get in. How could there be so little security? Now we understand, too, that Chris Wecker says, I do a lot of work for colleges. They don't want cameras. Don't want cameras. What are you talking about? This is, I mean, they grew up with camera phones. They grew up, they're taping everything. Look at social media. You don't want cameras. I mean,
no cameras and no locks on the doors.
And now do you want cameras? Yeah.
Well, they said there weren't a lot of cameras in that building, the engineering building, because it's an old building. Now we wish we had cameras in that building because we'd like to see what the suspect's face looks like. We see him walking down the street from behind, walking away after allegedly shooting inside. There are a lot of moms and dads that went to go pick up their students. There are a lot of New Yorkers that their children go to Brown. Ivy League school, great school, tough to get into. It's a pass-fail school, so you don't get a grade for each class. And Brown has said, no final exams to all the students, go home. The semester is over. And if you want to take your final grade, you can, or you can have a no credit mark. Instead, they're giving them options. So I'm glad they're working with them in flags, flying at half staff in the state of Rhode Island today.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.